In high school, I sort of had that thing that some dudes go through where they're only attractive the last year and a half of high school. So I was hoping that would sort of transfer over into college, maybe pick up some chiquitas or whatever.
We met in the 10th grade. We were friends, we were just in the same sort of clique, I guess, and just hung out every day, and then eventually became really close friends, and then eventually she professed her love for me. Eventually we agreed that we liked it. I don't know, we just started hooking up, and then and then from that we started dating, and then we got really serious.
For the most part, I'm genuinely surprised by like the couples that end up forming. I always like see something and I feel like, oh yeah, that's definitely like a relationship or like a hookup in the making. And then like it'll be like, 12 hours of watching like, consistent flirting. And then out of nowhere, it's like some nerdy pimply dude pops in and it's like, hey, I'm here now. And it's like, oh, okay, Mr. Hunksicle, get out of my room, make way for a little pimply fuck. And that happens. They're just some weird couples.
I don't have to worry about like having sex. I don't have to like go pursuing any girls and deal with all that awkwardness, because like I already went through that and I already found somebody who I like to do with. So like that's fine. But I don't think it sort of separates me that much from my friends, because that's just sort of a convenience I have. But I still have fun hanging out with my friends, and it's not like when bar kids go out, all they do is like, I'm gonna find somebody to fuck tonight. Like,
During L&T, it was more about like, am I allowed to swear? It was get fucked up, go someplace where there's people, get laid. I have been fortunate enough to sleep with more women in a month of college, a month and a half of college, than I did all of high school.
I've hooked up with a number of girls since I've been here, but nothing like significant has like come from it. But what I have noticed, and this is another thing, another habit that I should try to break, I've gone home twice. And last year I was a really sleazy high school senior, and I worked really hard. I just put in a lot of effort in getting a lot of 9th and 10th graders last year to love me. So now every time I go home, it's just like, hey, 10th grader, come on over. I don't have to put in any effort because I already did that last year when I was a senior. And so like, I definitely think of like going home as like, okay, it's a place where I can take a shower that's not disgusting and where I don't have to wear flip-flops. I get good free food and I get sex with high school girls. So somehow that takes off like some barred sex pressure. When I say pressure, I'm not talking like pressure like imposed by my peers. I'm talking about like the pressure in my pants,
The doctrine of the male getting ready for the evening, growing up in the city, is very similar to what I go through here. You definitely want to look fresh, definitely want to look clean, depending on the night. Like I could, if I'm going to Smog or something, I'll, just get into some like comfortable yet good-looking clothes. Doesn't matter what brand, it just like gotta look good.
I find that like the less a male showers, the more girls he can get sometimes.
Some people look good dirty. I don't particularly.
I think I still always try to like I like putting on like nice clothes, but when circumstances, I don't know, sometimes like it's nice knowing that you don't have to. Like I don't like, if I like looking good, but if I don't have time to do it, it's like I don't think about it all day, which is really nice. And
that was like the ultimate goal, like get dressed, look clean, get fucked up, end up in someone's bed. I love all women. I respect the female form. I respect the social dynamics of girls, but there's some girls that you just don't want to associate with. Like, I won't go through like I was about to say zoology of females, but like that's a terrible, like a book of like different types, I guess.
I mean, I do think that the way a lot of guys here talk about women, after they kind of objectify them, is just very pretentious, and it's kind of like, I don't know, just a really like feeble attempt at like a cover up for being misogynistic.
There's there's this interesting dynamic where with my close group of guy friends, I can be all alpha male and be like, yeah, got this bitch last night.
For guys at bar, there's no really, like, macho guy scene, so that just doesn't happen.
But then, since they're my close friends, I can be like, oh, but she's also really sweet and she's interested in this. Like, and it's cool to do that in front of them, but like show that sort of sensitive male side. But sometimes with a larger group of guys, if it's not just like your close couple, you have to be like, yeah, who's getting laid tonight? Oh, you fucked that bitch, me too, Eskimo buddies, woo!
It was our third day at Bard, and we were all sitting in this girl's room, and she was about to go to bed, so she was wearing like a shirt without a bra underneath. And this kid from another dorm was sitting on her bed, and he said, can I feel your boob? And she said, no. And he said, please. And she said, okay. And there were about like 20 of us piled into this room, and he sticks his hand down the front of her shirt, and, you know, they just carry on a pretty nice conversation. It was probably 15 or 20 minutes with his hand on her bare boob. And I definitely didn't think that was going to turn into anything. They've kind of been consistently dating since then, so I mean, I guess I can learn a couple tricks from the guys around here, even when they're sleazy.
There was an air of sort of implied feminism. That's why I sort of got like all the men sort of understood that they had to respect like just like females in general.
Idea of like men being manly and throwing the frat parties and girls being slutty and stuff. I don't think that really happens here, and it's more just girls and boys mixing.
Yeah, I think that Bard is like a very individual place, but I think that when you get a group of kids together after 8 p.m. on a Friday or Saturday night, the same shit is going to happen, except instead of being in like a frat house, it's going to be in like the woods.
As I was walking here, I saw some dude in the backyard of our dorm just like doing homework by himself on a chair in the backyard while there were people like doing homework in the common room. And I was thinking about what their perspective of college is and like what their nights are. And like, as I mentioned, like I'm saying, yeah, let's drink, like, then go to Smog or whatever. But those kids that are like, oh, I really need to work on this essay, or I really need to write this outline for my essay, like who just take that extra step and like, or they have a girlfriend and like can't go lady hunting, or girls who have boyfriends and are tired of being flirted with by drunken guys. Like, I try to think about it, and it's so hard to imagine being in their shoes because I'm not there, but I can picture it as them just sitting there. Sometimes I envy the quote-unquote socially awkward guy who gets straight A's and is at home every weekend, because their life is probably, those are the people who are going to be successful in life. The guys who are like not partying. I mean, like, who knows? But I feel like both have their perks.